let's get it over to Mark at the desk.
Look at this. Look at this.
Toyota sedan apparently wanted for speed. CHP
Bye, buddy.
in pursuit of this vehicle. You can see that looks like an LA County Sheriff's vehicle that just passed right by. Very reckless driving. SkyCal overhead, let me get a location on this. This looks like this is the northbound 710 coming up on the 60. And you can see this vehicle here driving very fast for the traffic conditions on the 710 right now. Now, I was listening to the radio traffic. They're starting in the South LA area. CHP officers were behind it. They may have lost it at a certain point, but the CHP air unit, or I should say, yeah, CHP air unit, CHP 58, they're usually out of Fullerton. They were able to track this now. Now, it's unclear if there are any lights and sirens behind this vehicle right now, but this driver, wild lane changes here on the northbound 710 all the way across. Looks like we may be getting off the freeway. Unclear here if that's if we're getting off the freeway or not. But Amanda, we don't know how many people are in this vehicle, and we don't believe that there have been any collisions yet so far. But right now, it's the CHP that are tracking this overhead with an air unit. No lights and sirens behind it. You can see it just passed right by a sheriff's vehicle. 101 miles an hour northbound on the 710 now here. Really fast speeds. And again, what we know so far, the original want on this car, it's just described as a white Toyota sedan. We're trying to get a better idea on the make and model. Again, wild moves there. The only want is speed, but very high speeds right now. It looks like we're getting off on Ramona Boulevard. Again, some very risky moves by this driver here. Unknown if there's any other wants or warrants on this vehicle, but I did hear CHP say that they did get the license plate off of this vehicle, although I wasn't able to hear whether or not they were able to run it for any what's called wants or warrants to see if that plate is wanted for anything else. You can see that CHP helicopter overhead, that CHP 58 came up from Fullerton to follow this. That's where they usually launch out of. A little bit slower speeds now here as we are off the freeway right near a small golf course, but we're seeing a blowing right through stop signs. No one else on the road right now, but man, this is pretty seriously dangerous driving right now.
Absolutely, speeding on by, going right through a neighborhood, almost looks like it right there. All right, thank you so much for watching our coverage on CBS. If you would like to watch continuing coverage of this pursuit, you can turn over to KCAL 9, where Mark Blue will have more details of this police pursuit that we are continuing to follow in the San Gabriel Valley. We'll see you over on KCAL 9.
Hello guys, today we're watching a police pursuit that's taking place right now. That started in the South LA about 4 to 5 minutes ago. It started in the South LA about 4 or 5 minutes ago. I'm gonna say it again. This started in the South LA with the reckless driving pursuit speeding suspect just about 4 or 5 minutes ago. This pursuit went all the way, got on the northbound 710 freeway, speeding up at 50, 60 miles an hour. We can tell you right now, unclear. We don't know who's inside the vehicle. There's only one occupant in that vehicle. That's a dangerous move. We know that the next almost clipped the dangerous motorcycle. This pursuit has been going on for the last several minutes, last half an hour. This is a pursuit that it hasn't been going on for the past half hour. It's been going on for a couple of moments. It's been going on for the last few moments. We see the driver is able to speed away. CHP officers lost sight of the vehicle. The ones that are currently overhead is the CHP police helicopter. Behind this car is the lights and sirens. This driver clearly trying to drive away, trying to get away from the law enforcement. But just a few minutes ago, the pursuit went all the way. 5 minutes ago, started in the South LA. Took off from the CHP officers, and now the CHP officers is behind them. They're right through that intersection on the right side of the road. This driver is driving very recklessly and very dangerous. And now the driver will be taken into custody in the next several hours, crossing underneath the 60 freeway, and now turning left while almost losing control. And now he turns left onto East 2nd Street. This suspect over there doesn't stop for anything. No directions been picked by this driver. Now making a left turn. Now he's turning into a dead end. Now once again, now goes around the CHP officer. I'm pretending to be a morning news I'm pretending to be the morning and afternoon news helicopter reporter. I'm doing it for them. He's blowing through that stop signs, driving past the cemetery that you see on the right side. We see the CHP squad car following overhead, and as they continue at about 40 to 45, at least 40 miles an hour or so, I think. Now it's speeding at 50, 55 miles an hour, and now continues to avoid that single CHP unit that was behind. There was an CHP airship just several minutes ago, and I can tell you right now, with a field full of tanks overhead, they're monitoring this pursuit as they're calling out direction of travel to those ground units. They saw him on the freeway on the 17th a bit ago, and they said the original want was the warrant for the speed. CHP unit, traffic unit tried to pull this car over. Unclear if the traffic stop that occurred, and I can tell you right now that he's up, blowing through red lights. This driver did not want to stop for that speeding suspect. That traffic violation, it turned into a pursuit. As I can tell you right now, he's speeding at 50, 55 miles an hour as we zoom in as my pilot and my cameraman who's doing a great job keeping track, and the CHP helicopter doing a great job. Now crossing underneath the freeway, almost hits that car. Hard on the brakes there. Like this again, another red light now on Telegraph Road. And as you can see, when you see somebody coming up behind you, you don't expect it. You have to stop. You have to slow down. Let the pursuit turn left. Let the pursuit be. Now let the suspect be. Let him be, because the suspect is driving very dangerous. You don't try to be involved in that hero. County sheriffs, some smaller police agencies that has only been the one. They have been tracking so far if they had a request from the other police agencies to join in. Yet when CHP grabs hold of this pursuit, takes over the pursuit, they usually don't relinquish it to complicate it. They're sort of top of agencies that I could show you right now. No units behind them. Now making a turn. Wow. I can tell. Wow, what is he doing? Almost hits that car. Close call. Almost. Because you do know why he's driving like this. Like, does he know how to drive? I guess so. If there was a very minor dent to that car, I don't think there's damage. Some kind of business. Not stopping, can't tell what it is. Now down in an alley. No lights and sirens behind this car. But this driver now gonna get on the northbound 5 freeway from Atlantic Boulevard. There are no lights and sirens behind that fleeing driver. It's called surveillance mode or tracking mode. It's a tactic that the law enforcement, they're trying to get the driver to calm down and back off. But this is not working. Now picking up speeds at 80 miles an hour. Driver out of the car, even much more or less. Driving the heck out of it. They're going to take that person into custody later. But they saw law enforcement on the other side of the freeway try to catch up to that driver. Incredibly reckless driving. Enforcement sometimes also in that situation, how brazenly just going through these parking lots, almost hits a car. And he hit that cul-de-sac when he did just a few minutes ago. This pursuit went on for about